Hey, I got this email a couple of weeks ago, and at first I did not necessarily detect that it was a scam. But the more I delved deep into it, the more that I was picking up on some red flags. I definitely want to share this with you guys because I'm impressed with the lengths that this company went through to fool people, that I'm thinking that it's not going to be the only company that does it, or perhaps they're already doing it under another legal name or domain. So I really want to make you aware of this so that you can go through a similar process if you get any kind of similar emails. And also, I'm encouraging you to question everything. So let's get started. I do want to say that yes, this went to my spam folder, but occasionally, and as you can see here, that it was sent to actually one of my domain emails, that some emails get filtered wrongly. And so I do check my spam just in case there's that error, and it's happened before. So I was concerned because I thought that perhaps this one was wrongly filtered. Anyhow, let's read it together. It says, "Dear owner of," and that's one of my blog domains, "you are receiving this legal infringement notice from Nationwide Legal Trademark Department due to the unauthorized usage of our client's image. The use of this image on this page," and that's the blog post, "is fine as long as our client, CSG Beach Gear Limited, is fully credited. The credit must appear under the image or the footer of the page and be clickable to this domain, cheapsurfgear.com collection/beach surf sale, within 5 working days. We await your response to confirm this has been completed. Removing the image does not resolve the case. Failure to do so in this time frame will result in legal case number 76284, proceeding under the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, Section 512 CDMCA, for past and or current usage. Past usage of the image can be seen in the records on Wayback Machine, a permanent public archive of the web, which will be called upon as evidence in this case. This email serves as the required official notice. Regards, Christy Barrett, trademark attorney." So there are no typical signs of a phishing scheme when you look at it at first glance. And that's the first part that I thought actually could have been a legit email. Sometimes they do show here's some links, and I did not click on anything because I wasn't sure where those clicks were going. But they don't ask for money or anything out of the ordinary. They're just saying, link our client and then we'll be good, and just let us know you did. So this is how I started doing my research, and I'll take you step by step through the red flags that I noticed. And we'll start with the sender, who is Christy Barrett, and it says that she's from Nationwide Legal. But if you look at the email she sends it from, it's Christy Barrett at nationwide-law.org. That's not the same company. Nationwide Legal is a legit company. Nationwide-law.org was not. So that, and I didn't know this yet. I'll get into that in a second. But anyway, so it's actually, it's not a random email. Supposedly it's coming from an actual domain. So the next thing that I noticed was down here in her signature, it's not the same email. So she sends it from Christy Barrett at nationwide-law.org, and her signature is Christy B at nationwide-law.org. So I found that a little bit strange because I don't think that you would be sending it from a different email that is on your email signature. That's the first red flag. The next red flag is that as the owner of this website, I have several personal emails where they could have sent it to my personal, they could have sent it to contact@crisisequip.com, or something a little bit more official than this email, which is completely unrelated to me specifically. This is for a membership that we offer on our website. So it's, you could say, a different department, and this email doesn't necessarily come straight to me. So that's the second thing. If somebody's trying to contact the owner of the website, then you would expect them to send it to the owner's personal email. But again, I don't know, actually, that I could be off on that. I don't know how they do it nowadays, but that was my second red flag. The third red flag is that they referred to me as dear owner of and a blog hyperlink. If they did any research into who the owner of this website is, which is not very difficult to find because my name is on my website, then they would have put my name, dear, and then Nadia, my name. But they didn't. So that's another red flag for me because they're just throwing it out to this random URL and they're not directing that personally to me. And if it's a legal email, I would expect, or an attorney, I would expect them to direct to me specifically as the owner. The fourth red flag that I came across was that they are saying that I'm not using or not crediting their client, CSG Beach Gear Limited, on one of the photos on this article of mine, ChristEquip.com/best food for a bug out bag. So my website is about emergency preparedness. There's nothing about the beach or beach gear there's information on tsunamis, but that's as beachy as we get. So I went into this article just to see what photos are there. And this is the article, and let's look at the photos. So this one I made myself, so there's no copyright there. Some of those are ads, by the way, so they're not my images. But this one is here with the Cheerios. Then we have this one in the woods. This top ramen or noodles. And that's it. And so those photos, they came from either Unsplash or Pexels or one of those, which are royalty-free photos. And you don't have to legally credit the author. They're there for anybody to use. And they're not beach related whatsoever. So they're saying that that company, I need to credit Cheap Surf Gear, which is also not the name of the company that they mentioned, their client. And what's weird, it says it needs to be clickable to a very specific link. So Cheap Surf Gear -collections -beach stuff sale. So I don't even know what red flag number we're on right now. But anyway, if somebody wants to be credited for that, perhaps they could say, okay, credit our client and then the name, which is this CSG Beach Gear Limited, not necessarily, credit with this super long link and the beach stuff sale or whatever. That was a little bit weird to me. And it makes no sense with the article that I'm discussing here. So anyway, those two, were a little bit, that part was a little bit bizarre. So now we're going to look into how insane, how much work these people put into to make this actually appear real, okay? I went to the very first, I read through that and I was a little bit concerned, but I said, okay, there is a chance that this is actually legit. So I'm going to go, first thing I did was I went to nationwide-law.org, okay? At the time, here's the URL, it was an actual website. We're going to look at it right now, but the account has been suspended perhaps in the last week or so because it was up and running not too long ago. But we can take a look here at the Wayback Machine, just like they suggested. And it says it's been saved 4 times in September. So let's check this out. And this was their website. Okay. So here we go. Their legal services. And check this out. This says our lawyers. And here is Miss Christy Barrett. So we're going to check out her profile. It's not archived. So anyway, I had read through her profile and it it could have gone either way, but it kind of looked like a very copy paste type of a description. But anyway, her face is on there. And there was a phone number. Here we go. This 800 number, that is the first number I called. And I went to, I don't even know, it was one of those phones that is disconnected or something like that. So I called them right away and it went nowhere. So the next phone number I called was the 512. That also, actually, I think that one went to somebody's voicemail. I don't know who. And I did not leave a voicemail. So the next thing I went to was the address. Okay, so here, let's go to the address. So somewhere in Texas, it is an actual building. And here's, these are the address, the businesses under this address, okay? And the more you swipe over, it says also at this location is here 315 plus businesses claim this as their address. And so I went through the trouble, I'm not going to do it here, but I went through the trouble of going through every single one of these businesses. And this nationwidelaw.org did not appear under those 300 plus business names. Anywho, the very last and final thing that I went ahead and did to determine if this was a scam or not was look into the age of the domain that was used. And so I put it through this website, and the result says that it is, as of today, 2 months and 5 days old. Okay. And it was created on August 3rd of 2022. And the email that I received was from September 22nd, 2022, which was not much after, right? Anywho, now that I went to their website, as you could see that their website has been suspended. That's, of course, another indicator. But when they do have this legit website, you're looking through this and there's, happy clients and all of this. I had gone through a lot of their pages, actually, and they seemed extremely legit. And there's content on there, all types, copyright litigation, all sorts of things. So it definitely could fool people, and it's just surprising to me that somebody or a company would go to this intense work to try to get somebody to click on that link. I'm assuming it's, that's what they wanted me to do, was the use of this image right here that they mentioned. The last thing is, and I don't know, I'm not sure how this works, but the short link that they gave me for the image, which I never went to, .sc, I believe, is for Seychelles. So that was another weird thing for me, that the image or that wasn't a .com. But I don't know if that's normal or not, that short links could have those type of URLs. But anywho, I highly recommend that if you ever receive anything like this, that you go through every step possible to ensure that it's not a scam, and never ever click on any links. Definitely, if you feel a little bit uneasy or you question it, 100% trust your gut and do your research. Good luck.